Compressors often have devices or systems that remove foreign material from gases, remove excess heat, and provide lubrication. For example, filters are often used to remove foreign material from a gas before the gas is compressed. If small particles of dust or other foreign material are allowed to enter a compressor, they can cause the compressor to wear excessively and eventually fail. An air compressor typically has some type of filtering device in the intake line to remove dust and other foreign materials. The filtering devices are often paper or cloth filters. Another important job that must be performed for a compressor is cooling. When a gas is compressed, heat is produced. This heat can cause two major problems. First, most compressors are oil lubricated, and excess heat can break down oil, causing it to lose its lubricating characteristics. If this occurs, the compressor's internal components can be severely damaged. Gases expand when they're heated, and since a compressor is designed to compress gases, this effect creates an additional force that the compressor must overcome. In other words, more work is required to compress a given amount of gas when the gas is heated. Two techniques that can be used to remove excess heat from compressors and compressed gases are air cooling and water cooling. An air-cooled compressor is easily identified by metal fins on its casing. The fins provide increased surface area, allowing more of the surrounding air to come in contact with the casing and therefore keep the compressor cooler. Water cooling can be accomplished in two ways. One way is to use jackets. A jacket is a chamber that surrounds the compressor. Water is circulated through the jacket to cool both the compressor and the gas inside it. The other method of water cooling cools just the compressed gas. This method involves one or more shell and tube heat exchangers. Depending on their location, these heat exchangers are classified as either intercoolers or aftercoolers. The main difference between intercoolers and aftercoolers is where they're located in the flow path of the compressed gas. Intercoolers are generally used with multi-stage compressors and are located between the stages. Cooling the gas between stages in a multi-stage compressor is one way that excess heat can be removed. Another way to remove excess heat is to cool the gas after the compression process is complete. The device that does this is called an aftercooler. Another important compressor system is its lubrication system. The main function of a compressor's lubrication system is to reduce friction between the compressor's moving parts. Lubrication also helps to cool the compressor's parts and to keep gas from leaking out of the compressor. The main parts of this lubrication system are an oil pump, a filter, a heat exchanger, and an oil injector, which is commonly called an oiler. Oil from the compressor flows into the pump. The oil is then pumped through the filter, which removes any solid particles from the oil. Next, the oil flows through the heat exchanger where it is cooled. From the heat exchanger, most of the clean, cool oil flows directly back to the compressor to lubricate some of its moving parts. But some of the oil flows to the oiler. The oiler supplies a small amount of oil to the compressor cylinder. In the cylinder, piston rings are used to maintain a seal between the piston and the cylinder. The oil lubricates the piston rings and helps seal the space between the cylinder wall and the ring.